weSizwe military veterans in the city are shutting down foreign-owned shops in the CBD. The group, along with supporters from other sectors of society, claim that foreigners are a corrupting force and have contributed to the rise of social ills in the coastal city. Covering that story for us is reporter Mawande Kheswa. Mawande, good afternoon to you. First of all, not the first time that we've seen a march of this nature. What has been happening today?
Good afternoon, Jeremy. That is indeed the case. In fact, it's more or less what had transpired a few weeks ago when MKMVA members went to the workshop and asked foreign nationals to close their shops, as there are vendors in that area. This morning at about 5 a.m. they gathered at Albert Park. I understand that they may have spent the night there. They proceeded to go to Bay Head, accompanied by the trucking industry as well as workers from Durban Solid Waste. That is where they had burnt tires, and crowds then had to be dispersed utilizing rubber bullets. They then made their way into the CBD using Dr. Pixley Isagaseme Street, which is formerly known as West Street. And that is where they again clashed with the police, forcing a number of business owners to close shop there. One of their grievances is that they feel as though foreign nationals are the cause of social ills that are faced by South Africans. One of those is around the issue of joblessness. We are aware that during the coronavirus pandemic lockdown, at least 2.2 million people lost their jobs, Jeremy. And so these types of issues are then fueling other issues within the communities. uMkhonto weSizwe says that foreign nationals should go back to their countries because what they do in South Africa, South Africans aren't allowed to do in their countries. Being backed up by the trucking industry, there's also an issue around trucking, the employment of drivers. We understand that last year alone, over 74 trucks were burnt, were torched, and that was as a result of local drivers fighting, saying that foreign nationals should not be hired, they should be given those jobs in the trucking industry.
These things have a habit of spiraling out of control very quickly, Mawande. What are the foreign shop owners themselves saying?
Well, one of the issues, or one of the sentiments that had been echoed, is that they are trying to make a living in an Africa that is an Africa for all. They do not understand really why is it that there's animosity coming their way, specifically within the CBD area itself, where a number of them have businesses. When I spoke to the MKMVA and I posed the question of, if your demands are not met, where you're still finding that foreign nationals are partaking in the economy, hiring people because they have that power with regards to being entrepreneurs. He said that if their demands are not met, then they will continue, which means they will continue being under siege. We'll continue seeing issues within the trucking industry itself, where trucks are being torched. We've also got Durban Solid Waste, which has been going through the motions with protests as well, workers saying their demands have not been met, issues around pay there as well. So that is the one thing that they are saying, that if their demands are not met, then they will continue taking to the streets and making sure that they are heard based on what they are saying are things that they want solved, and that is an issue that is really around employment opportunities.
All right, live for Monday lunchtime in the Durban CBD, Mawande Kheswa, thank you.